New poll: the American people just sabotaged Shumer'S plan to stop Trump's Scotus pick, by Amy Moreno for truthfeednews.com. The Democrats can't seem to get anything right. Maybe if they stopped focusing on criminal illegals and supported actual American citizens, they'd have more luck. As it stands now, they're dead wrong on every single issue. The latest fight they've picked is over President Trump's second Scotus pick. Democrats are frantically trying to push the vote off after the midterms, claiming that's what the American people want. Well, not so fast, Dems. According to a new NBC poll, the American people actually want the complete opposite. A whopping 62% of Americans want the vote for Scotus prior to the midterms. From Breitbart, Americans want the president to appoint and the Senate to confirm a new Supreme Court justice before the 2018 midterm elections by a staggering 2-to-1 margin, according to a new poll released Tuesday. According to a new NBC News/Survey Monkey poll, more than 6 in 10 Americans, or 62%, said Trump's nominee, who will be announced on Monday, should be confirmed or rejected before the elections, in which control of the House and Senate are at stake. And 3 in 10, or 33%, said the Senate should wait until after the elections, the poll found. The vast majority of Republicans surveyed, 85%, the Senate's vote on the nominee should take place before the election. Roughly 6 in 10 independents, or 61%, agreed. However, more than half of the Democrats, 55%, believe the voting on a new justice should wait. Many Democrats, led by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, have argued that President Donald Trump should not appoint a new Supreme Court justice in an election year and should wait for a new Congress to be seated in January. They have cited a bogus version of the rule Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell applied in 2016 when he said the Senate should not confirm a new Supreme Court justice in a presidential election year. And that's where they got messed up. Kamala Harris here, given the stakes of this Supreme Court seat, which will determine the fate of fundamental constitutional rights, the American people who will vote in less than 4 months deserve to have their voice heard. We shouldn't vote on confirmation until they have voted at the ballot box. Dianne Feinstein, 4 months away from an election, there should be no consideration of a Supreme Court nominee until the American people have a say. Leader McConnell set that standard when he denied Judge Garland a hearing for nearly a year, and the Senate should follow the McConnell standard now. McConnell, in fact, had cited a rule created by then Senator Joe Biden in 1992. The last year of President George H.W. Bush's first term, Schumer himself sought to block President George W. Bush from appointing a new Supreme Court justice in 2007, though Bush had more than a year left in office. The practical effect of the rule Democrats are seeking to apply would bar Supreme Court appointments in even-numbered years. But the new poll suggests that the public is decidedly against them, and they barely have majority support among their own voters. Democrats may be more astute than their leaders, given that the party has 23 or 25, including independent Senate seats up for re-election, 10 of which are in states Trump won versus 8 seats for Republicans. it is entirely possible that the new Congress could be more Republican, meaning Trump would feel greater freedom to choose a more conservative nominee in 2019. The poll also notes that the Supreme Court battle could be at least a modest factor in the election results. 66% of Democrats and 60% of Republicans said Trump's nominee would be an important factor in their vote in the midterms. However, less than half of independents, 46%, said it would be on their mind when casting their November ballot. The poll also shows Trump's approval rating improving to 48% approval / 50% disapprove, and Republicans climbing to within 3% of Democrats on the generic congressional ballot. Stephen Kornacki, NBC News survey poll conducted after Kennedy Scotus announcement has Trump approved to disapproval rate at 48 to 50%, and Dems positive 3 on the generic ballot. These polls are skewed. I believe that more, like they said, 85% of the Republicans, I think it's more like 95% of Republicans want it done now. And I could even bet that over 50% of the Democrats want it done now. But what Mitch McConnell was saying back then when he applied the rule, it's only applies to when it's a presidential election. That's when you can't go and pick the SCOTUS when a presidential, but has nothing to do with the midterm elections. And this bit them in the butt, so to speak, that Biden rule, whatever, Mitch McConnell, whoever, whoever made that, I guess it's Biden or McConnell cited the rule, and then Biden made it in 1992, but it's only for the presidential, when it's a presidential election, that's when. So, and they voted against that, and people were saying this is going to come and haunt you, and it's going to bite you in the rear end if you approve that bill, and the Democrats approved it, and now it's biting them in the rear end. So the article didn't, fully, disclose that, and the numbers are skewed, but I believe more than 62% of Americans want the vote for SCOTUS prior to the midterms. I would say it's more like 75%. Let's get it done. And the Democrats are going to lose anyway, so I don't know what they're, complaining about. They're going to lose anyway. They have nothing to offer the people, and people are #walk away. They're walking away. A lot of Democrats are walking away from them. So what does that tell you? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.